Okay, we are live on this. Well, let's see here. Why can't I hear myself? We are live on this Tuesday night. It is primary runoff election coverage here on the KGNS Digital News Desk. Jumping in here for just a little preview of what we can expect tonight. The polls will be closing shortly. As a matter of fact, at 11 o'clock, the polls will close. And after that, we expect to get results from early voting pretty quickly. We do have team coverage tonight. We're jumping on here really quick, briefly, to just kind of give you a preview and talk about what's been going on throughout the day. We've had team coverage throughout the day here on KGNS. So we've had people at polling sites. We've got people at the election office. And we've been kind of following the story all day long. Over 10,000 people voted in early voting. And so we're going to get a good indication of how these races are going by the time those early voting numbers come out. We're going to see if we can get any sort of an idea as for this. For these purposes right now is going. Let me see if I can get Salma on here live for you. And Salma, you should be there. Hopefully you can hear me. How are things over at the elections office? Salma, any indication as to how quickly they'll be done with those early voting count? Okay. For the final tally, but for the early voting, they should be done pretty quickly since they've been counting since the morning, correct? Okay, Salma Lozano is out at the elections office. She'll be there out throughout the night. We'll be checking in with everybody on KGNS Plus, and we'll have that team coverage. Salma, any issues that they have encountered throughout the day? So far, so good, in other words. Okay. All right, Salma, we'll check in with you in just a little bit. Thanks, and we'll be finding out those early voting numbers as soon as they come out. So thanks a bunch, Salma. All right, so there you have it. We're going to check in with Salma. She'll be at the elections office. We've got Marisa Rodriguez Limona out there as well. And then we have Laceli Garza, who is out at one of the polling sites. And we have Orlando Gonzalez also at one of the polling sites. A lot of information to relay to you this evening. Okay. In fact, we're also working on some of the technical difficulties here, so I'm working on that as well. But we've got the races that we are following. There aren't many because it was just a runoff election, but I can show you our board here. And so probably the biggest race of the night will be the one for Webb County Sheriff, and that is going to be between Martin Cuellar and Wael Ruiz. There is no opponent in November for either of these candidates, so whoever moves on will be the next sheriff. Either it'll be the incumbent Martin Cuellar or the challenger Wael Ruiz, and that term will start on January the 1st of 2025. Then we have this is a state race for District 80 that is between Rosie Cuellar and Cecilia Castellano. This race will be headed to the general election. The winner of this race will head to the general election in November against Don McLaughlin, who is the mayor of Uvalde, Texas. And so the winner from tonight does have to still run in the general election against the Republican opponent, which is Don McLaughlin. Then we've got another race that's unopposed in November. So the winner of this race, this is the seat that Harold DeValley left to run for sheriff, Tina Guerra and Rolando Roles San Miguel. The winner of that race will go ahead and be your next county constable for Precinct 4 starting on January the 1st of 2025. Then you have the Republican ticket. You've got Jay Furman and Lázaro Garza. The winner of this race will take on the incumbent Congressman Henry Cuellar, who now, because of the indictments that were filed against him, that has become a huge race. It's it wasn't going to be as big of a race, and we don't know yet if this indictment is going to affect Cuellar in any way in November. He has said to KGNS as early as yesterday that he was going to run in November, and so he will face either Jay Furman or Lázaro Garza. Remember that this race and the District 80 race does not just include Webb County. So when we get Webb County numbers, we are not done with the District 28 race or the District 80 race because these are other counties that are involved. And so we'll keep an eye on those. Those will be the ones that we won't know right away. We'll know right away whether we'll have a new sheriff or who our new constable for Precinct 4 will be. And then we do have one race in Zapata. This is also unopposed in November. So the Democrat Norberto Bert Lopez Jr. or David Moya will be the county commissioner for Precinct 1 in Zapata County. So that's a little preview. We'll go live again at 7 o'clock. And the first number we're going to be looking for is for those early voting numbers. And as soon as those come in, we will get them to you. Just a reminder, we'll have coverage throughout the night on Telemundo and on KGNS or KGNS Plus. Reporters are out and about. You can always go to the KGNS website, and I'm going to share my screen here so you can see how to access our coverage throughout the night. So this is the website for KGNS, kgns.tv. You click on the Elections Guide tab on the top or just click on the Elections banner, and there you have it. You're going to have the results there as well running across the top, but you can also have access to the sample ballot, the district maps, other resources. Of course, the polling sites, you still have about 13 minutes to get out to the polls. If you're already on your way, perhaps you'll make it, but we've got stories that have been running on KGNS. So that's how you can follow along digitally here on the Digital News Desk. You can access us through either the website at kgns.tv. We'll be on our KGNS YouTube channel. We'll be on the KGNS Facebook tonight just for election coverage, and then we'll also be on the KGNS app. So that's going to do it for now. We'll be back in just a few minutes with those, hopefully those early voting numbers. So stay with us here on the Digital News Desk.